decked out here? You're coming in, you're looking like a champion now.
Yeah, of course, right? I mean, a lot of the fighters are dressed up. I couldn't let them outdress me, so.
This is obviously the opportunity that you wanted for your last fight. You said the title shot was definitely what you had your sights set on next. Now that it's here, what do you make of this opportunity and kind of the rivalry that exists between the two groups?
You know, I was excited to coach Ultimate Fighter. Ever since I've been on the show, I thought I'd be a good coach and thought I'd want to do it. And so when the opportunity came, you know, it was a little bittersweet, you know, having to coach against alpha male. I mean, it's not something I really wanted to do. But on the other hand, it was like I get to really show the truth. You know, I get to speak my mind and have a lot of coverage on what really went down and show my true colors and have alpha male show theirs. So, you know, it was a little wishy-washy, but I was stoked to do it. And obviously the end is me fighting for the title. So there's no questioning it.
It's one thing to go in there and see coaches, you know, that you don't normally interact with and see. These are friends, or whether it be current or former friends. Yeah. Is that going to be a little bit tougher than maybe what past people had to deal with?
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit. You know, you thought you made friendships for a lifetime, and they seem to turn pretty quick. You know, you're disappointed with certain people. Wasn't always close with everyone. You know, I wasn't ever like friends with Garbrandt. We weren't really that close. You know, but guys like Justin Buckles, their head coach, who's always in my corner, Danny Castillo. Guys like that, you know, it really kind of, you lose a lot of respect for how they're acting in the friendship you thought you had, you know. So, yeah.
In the past, I know we've seen, like, definitely with Claudia and Joanna, the coaches were really chirping at it and set it to a kind of a different level. Do you anticipate that this season's probably going to be one of the worst, maybe in that aspect, where the chirping back and forth between the two of you?
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be very exciting. Absolutely.
Specifically with Justin, I remember before a recent fight, you said that he's one of your best friends.
Yeah.
So I know he's been very adamant against the video footage of you. That's got to be tough. I mean, one of your best friends, that's different.
Yeah, man. I think that's my point exactly, is how disappointed I am in him, you know? Like, I thought we were closer friends than that. I mean, I was in his corner every fight. He was in my corner. You know, we had a friendship for like 6-7 years. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little hurtful, but, you know, he's showing his true colors. And with the whole video thing, I told him, I was like, put it out. You know, I mean, I don't really care. That's the whole point of training at a tough gym. For one, I don't think it ever happened. I think it's all made up. And two, if it did, it did. You know, I mean, it's practice. I mean, me, Justin, Cody, we all know what really happened in that practice room. We know who the better fighter is, and so really I could care less. I mean, practice is practice. You know, I mean, everyone's got their good days and bad days.
You've been in a show before as a cast member. You've been as a coach as well before, and now you work the main coach. How do you see the process, especially in this season, because they're having like a second chance to kill you?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is my 5th time making an appearance on the show, you know, helping Uriah out, being a contestant, helping Joseph out. So I definitely got the lay of the land, which is nice. And even though the fighters have been here and done it already, you know, they really want to pay attention. They really respect what you have to teach, and that's awesome. You know, they're not coming in as know-it-alls. And so I found that to be awesome, and I enjoy this process. It's a lot of work, a lot more work than I thought it would be. But it's I think it's because I care so much. You know, I'm putting a lot into this.
The alpha male, do you think, is the guys harboring these ill emotions, or is it kind of Uriah being the figurehead and pushing these guys to dislike?
I feel like it's got to be Uriah, because I mean, Cody should have no involvement in this at all. You know, I mean, he was coming in, I was on my way out for the most part. You know, I mean, we weren't ever friends. It wasn't like I did anything to dishonor him or whatever. I think it's more Uriah pumping these guys up to continue to push this trash and builds his team, which is money in his pocket. You know, I mean, every guy that fights for him pays him. So I think it's him being the mastermind behind this whole thing.
When you left, how many guys did you talk to who thought about leaving with you?
Cody was the first one. Quite a few, actually. I mean, Danny was going out there with me. Lance was going out there. Justin. I mean, a lot of the guys went out until Uriah started making us think about it. And then even after that, you know, Cody had a long conversation with Lester Bowling, the head coach at Elevation Fight Team. I mean, they got a big, long text message about how Cody wants to come out and start training with actual coaches, not fighters. It'd be nice for him to start getting some sponsors and being out of the situation he was in. And there was a big, long thing. And then as soon as it got put into the media that I'm a bad guy for leaving, he instantly flipped the script and had Uriah in his ear. So, you know, there's a lot more truth to everything that goes down that's put into the media.
DJ, how to deal with all that tricky and provocations, you know, and bullings that usually Cody do? How you do?
What was that? Sorry.
How do you deal with that?
Deal with what?
With the trickies and provocations, you know, and bullings that usually Cody do.
What? Sorry.
Provocations and bullying.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gotta kind of. I mean, I gotta stay cool, calm, and collected. You know, I mean, really, he's just gonna make himself look like an ass. I mean, he's looking so hard for a fight. You know, he goes out of his way to just kind of be a dick. Really, you know, I mean, he tries to act like the. I don't know. He has to choose which one to do. Either will be a nice guy or be a complete jerk. You know, and it's just like he's hot-headed. He's not smart enough to put some sentences together to try to tell you what you're doing. Rather, he'd just try to fight you. You know, and it gets aggravating and annoying, but just kind of keep your cool and stay professional. You know, I'm a professional athlete. I got hired to do this job as a coach, and I'm going to hold myself that way. You know, lead by example.
All right, one more question, guys. Last one. This whole thing is played out so publicly. You mentioned all the media talk about which side is right and all that stuff. But so now it's going to be on the show for the whole world to see. Like, how much do you think this show is kind of be a judge, and do you care how you come across and who comes across as the good guy maybe in the show?
Well, I think that was one of my points I made, was that I was excited to actually do this because I could make my point. I could tell the truth, and that true colors will be revealed. You know, I mean, how you handle yourself. I think it's gonna be a great thing.
Did you guys get physical though on the show?
I'm gonna have to wait and see.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys,
Yep.
a couple of you didn't take your photo along with
All right, guys. You guys have a good one.